People who enjoy meetings should not be in charge of anything. Thomas Sowell. What's up, everybody? We back again. Round three on this thing. Let's go ahead and dive right in and take a look and see what this debt is looking like. All right, so number keeps doing nothing but going up. Still 35 trillion. From last week, we're up about 20 billion in debt. That's about 2.9 billion per day. And as you can see, the number just continues to keep going up. Right now, Bitcoin price is sitting at about 58,970. So we're up about 100 USD. If you're pricing it in USD, we're up about 100 USD from last week. As far as nodes, we're down a little bit on nodes. We're at 19,792. Last week, we were at 19,873. So nothing to be alarmed about. As far as transactions goes, we're up about 3.5 million transactions. So it's about 502,000 per day that we've had on the network. And let's keep this thing rolling. RSI, we dipped below 30, like I was talking about between last week and this week. We reached below 30, which was considered oversold. So if you would have got in around this time, then you'd be up right now. We dipped all the way down to about 49,000. I forgot to send my buy that I did, but I did my weekly buy, so I'll have to pull that up on my phone and show the picture on that. But I did my weekly buy. Something that I found was the ETF trackers. So this is something else that I'm tracking just to check to see the inflows and outflows, see what's going on with the ETFs. I don't recommend the ETFs to anyone unless they absolutely need to. I'm all for self-custody, buying your Bitcoin on an exchange that you can and then getting it to whatever hardware wallet you use or whatever you use for your storage. And ETFs are, like I said, for those individuals that maybe don't feel comfortable enough storing themselves, or if they just have so much money that they can't go the Bitcoin, they can't buy it themselves. They have to, whether they're whatever they got going on. So anyways, IBIT is one of the largest ETF holders. That's through BlackRock. Let's take a look at some of the flows. This was current as of August 9th, so it's lagged behind a couple of days, but back on August 9th, looks like there was 159 inflows from the IBIT, and then total there was 1,486 outflows total. So, but when you look at other charts, if you go down a little bit, you can see it's just continued been going up, even though this day there was more outflows than inflows over time since the ETFs launched. The numbers just been continuing to go up. And then they have some other information on here if you want to see the holdings of who has what, market value, and all that good stuff. On to the next. I was looking at the average mining cost. This is something that I want to look a little bit more into. I'm curious to see what the correlation is when mining price gets higher than the price of the Bitcoin, and then also when it gets below price of a Bitcoin. So right now, as of yesterday, the average mining cost was $81,196, and Bitcoin price in dollars was, or this is current as of today, 58,548. So as you can see right here, there's a disparity between the mining costs and the cost per Bitcoin in USD. The cost to mine is above that. So it's not the first time that that's happened. There's been other times, like right here, it's happened. And if you go back further, I'm sure there's been plenty of other times. So something I need to look a little bit further into. If any of you have some information on that or can point me in the right direction, let me know as I continue to do more research. As we look at the fear and greed index, right now we're kind of in between fear and neutral. Like they always say, be greedy when there's fear in the market and be fearful when there's greed in the market. So we're kind of hovering around in between fearful and neutral. And then as you can see, we're slowly climbing back up as well if you correlate, the RSI with the fear and greed index. Let's get back to it. Where are we at right here? If you do any correlation. So a couple days ago it was neutral. 3 days ago it was extremely fearful. 4 days ago it was fearful. 5 days it was extremely fearful. So about 5 days ago, I believe, is when we had reached that 49,000, or a little bit before then. So like I said, be greedy when others are fearful and sit back and wait. Fiat Fleek is a website that I seen somebody talking about that I thought was pretty cool, where you can see where all the purchases are happening at by, continent or by country. And then you can go down on the bottom and you can also see exactly what currency Bitcoin is being purchased in. They have other cryptos. They have other crypto on there. I don't pay attention to any of that. I'm just looking at the Bitcoin one. So if you want to check that out, it's fiatleak.com. Just a pretty cool visual. Some things that I've been paying attention to lately, or some new things that I've been trying, is Breez. Something about Breez. Let's see, the interface of the Lightning economy. So what they say, Breez is a self-custodial Lightning as a service company bringing permissionless peer-to-peer Bitcoin payments to apps and services globally with the free and open source Breez SDK. It's a pretty cool app. I heard, I want to say either I believe it was Jeff Booth or Michael Saylor. I can't remember which one was talking about it. So once they were talking about it, I went and checked it out. I downloaded the app. It's pretty cool. You can act as a business. You can put in whatever currency that you're in. I don't know what all currencies they have on there, but on the main one you could either do it in sats, you could do it in Bitcoin, you could do it in USD. They have pound on there, euro on there, yen on there, and I believe something else. And you could type it in, whatever the transaction. Let's say you're selling something, or let's say you're at a farmer's market and you want to accept Bitcoin through Breez. You can type in whatever the transaction amount is, or if someone owes you money or you're giving someone money, you can type in the transaction and then you can charge them that way. It's really cool. I just downloaded it, been playing with it. There's some other things on there that you can do as well. Check that out when you get a chance. Another another thing that I got that I talked about last week, that book falling, I ain't gonna lie, that almost had me jumping. But so I got my fold card finally. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna just, anytime like credit cards, I'm just going to use it to pay off credit cards. I don't think I'm going to use it for day-to-day spending. We'll see how it goes. I've already earned a good amount of sats on there. Every day they have this wheel that you can spin to earn sats, but I just got the card in the mail. So I'm going to start maybe using it a little bit. I might do maybe $100 a week or a few $100s a week. I don't know how I want to do it yet, but I'm for sure going to use it to pay off some credit card bills and, collect sats that way. So I look at it as kind of double dipping. If you're smart with your finances and you're paying your cards off every month, I get my rewards from my credit cards that I'm using, whatever rewards they have. And then I'll also be getting rewards by using the fold card to pay those cards off. And then, whatever rewards I get by spending at certain areas. I want to try it with they have some, you can buy like Airbnb, I don't know what not rewards, but you can get like $100, like a prepaid Airbnb card, and they have a lot of other cards that you can get. So I'll probably try it out. I'm getting ready to travel here soon, so I might try it out with the Airbnb, see what type of good rewards are for that. I'm just kind of using it for the rewards. I don't know how deep I'm going to go into it. I don't know if I'm going to, purchase any Bitcoin on there or do any direct deposits or anything like that. So we'll see, to be continued on that. Something else that I downloaded recently was the Zeus wallet. Shout out to their customer service. So I was scrolling on Nostr, seeing some people talking about it, and downloaded it, gave it a shot. I remember seeing a video from BTC Sessions a while back when he did a video about it. I didn't really watch the whole thing, but I'm going to go back, rewatch his video. I found a blog post of someone going to in-depth detail on how to really fully use it and take advantage of it. And then also on their website, they have a lot of information. So it's going to take me some time to dive into everything that they have on here, but it's pretty cool. It's a node built into the app already. So you download the app, there's a node already in there running for you, and it's just another wallet and other things that they can do. So I'm excited to kind of dive into that. Something else that I got put onto was Fountain, which is really cool. I found this on Nostr. So on Fountain, it's a podcast powered by the community. So they have different podcasts on there, they have music on there, and it's a way for you to be able to support the podcast and the creators that you enjoy, whether if you find a new musician and you like their music, or if there's someone that you've listened to a lot on maybe YouTube or other platforms, and it's a way for you to be able to send them sats. You can zap it to them right away, or you can do it to per minute. You can pay by per minute you listen, or you could just comment, and it costs zaps to comment. If your top comment gets some zaps, people can zap you back, and you can get sats that way. You can get sats by certain sponsored podcasts. They'll give you a certain amount if you listen for so long. So far it's been really cool. I've actually been liking it. I've been using it a lot. I'm actually using the beta test right now. So I connected my Nostr to Fountain. So I'm helping those guys out and doing like a beta test for them, which is really cool. And so far it's been pretty good. So I'm able to go on my Nostr feed from the Fountain app and kind of listen from there. So it's really cool. I like what they have going on. And yeah, so if you want to check them out, go ahead and you can dive into what they got going on. Something else that just launched recently was Fedi. So, Fedi combines chat, money, and more in one community super app run by and for communities and their members. So go take a look at Fedi and see what they have going on. It's really good to see these stories and see what a lot of these communities outside of the United States are doing. A lot of people are bankless in a lot of countries. I know the numbers, like for people in El Salvador, was like 70% of people in El Salvador was bankless. And that's like that in a lot of other countries. So this is going to be something for communities, which is really great. Go check them out. They just launched a few days ago. So download Fedi, go play with it, check it out, support them any way you can. Something else that I downloaded recently was Proton Mail. So Proton Mail is the world's largest end-to-end encrypted email service. Proton Mail uses end-to-end encryption and zero access encryption to make sure no one can access your emails. All the Proton's mail encryptions happens in the background, meaning anyone can use encrypted email regardless of technical ability. So I really downloaded this email platform because I want to try to send Bitcoin through email. So that's one of their things that they have is the Proton wallet, and you have to have Proton Mail, then you get on a waiting list, and there's a lot of people waiting. I guess they already have a lot of people that use this. So it's good for people that are in those countries where their governments are very strict. So places like Venezuela, places like Russia, and other, places like that, North Korea, things like that. So it's good for just really anyone having that privacy. It's crazy how much control so few companies have over everything. Google, Facebook, pretty much between those two and Microsoft. So it's pretty crazy. They were all pretty much, whether if you have, Gmail, or, if you use, Facebook or Instagram or WhatsApp or any of Microsoft products, you pretty much have to go through them, and all your information and stuff is going through them. So this is, all about privacy. A lot of these companies are all for that. So I can definitely get behind that and try it out. So I've been playing with it. I downloaded the app. I have a Proton Mail account that, I'll be playing around with and trying, but I'm really looking forward to use it for the Proton wallet. And, that way I'll be able to send people Bitcoin through email. How cool is that? So go check them out, see what they got going on. And then one last thing that I wanted to talk about was the Saylor.org Academy. It's a free academy that you can sign up for free. You can get education on a lot of different courses. And this is something through, something that Michael Saylor put together. So definitely go check this out. So one of the things that I want to do is by the time I do my next recording next week, they have a Bitcoin course. And this is just learn.saylor.org. So they have a course that's dedicated for people that want to learn about Bitcoin and maybe touch up your skills. It's this one right here. I forget the exact time. I want to say it's like 40 hours, maybe 60 hours to complete the entire course, but it's really just at your own pace. So they have different units, and then there's an exam at the very end. So I think each unit has an exam. They have different lengths for each unit, but definitely go check this out. Even if it's not Bitcoin, if you just want to maybe touch up on history or biology or economics, that's another one that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the Austrian. They have an Austrian economics one. Since I've gone down this Bitcoin rabbit hole, Austrian economics has popped up many times. It's led me on some great people. It's led me to Thomas Sowell somehow, some way, which I'm very thankful for. And then you can also see how long each course is supposed to take. So go check that out. So one of my goals for the next time I drop one of these videos, I want to have at least that first section done, and then I'll report back and let you know what I have from that. Other than that, that's a new book that I got from Thomas Sowell. I got another one in, and somebody that I talked about the last recording was Eustace Williams. So this book, The Secrets of the Federal Reserve, came in. So I haven't had a chance to dive into it yet, but I'll dive into it, and I'll definitely have some feedback for next go. So hope you all have a great day, and looking forward to getting to this.